We have a lot of effort now looking at sustainability. So there's a project around clean water where British Rowing is involved in a lot. We're also doing more around diversity and inclusion and highlighting that, so I have a proper action plan in place. The biggest area that took the most time before Personio, it was definitely recruitment, because what people don't realize is how much time it actually takes. Imagine if you have quite a few candidates, keeping track of them, of who you've spoken to about what, who to bring forward, trying to get the feedback back from the managers, giving that feedback to the candidates. So time consuming, especially if we want to be that robust organization fit for the future. You cannot keep doing things manually. That is not fit for the future. You need to look at automations. Automation is just the best because I don't have to be in the day-to-day ad hoc queries. The system just manages all of that, and I can get involved as much or as little as I want by having notifications coming to me if I wish. I see the system as a team member in its own right. Like all the things that Personio has taken over in terms of the admin, in terms of the automations and the little things. As I'm trying to convince my senior management team for them to convince the board of the things that we want to invest in, it is so much easier to tell a story when you are backed up with the data, because when you're working in HR, a lot of things are quite fluffy. Like, how do you explain to someone that you should do X, Y, and Z for people's motivation when it's very difficult to actually have data allocated to motivation in the first place? So the more that you can get from the data and to have a proper report is going to be very useful to then show and tell, well, this is how it looks. So obviously now with Personio and having access to those reports, it also helps me so much more because the work is kind of done for me. I just need to know what it is that I need to share with them, what the data might be telling us, what's there and what's not there. I've managed now to pick up a lot of more strategic work around job grades, salary bands, gender pay gaps, the people strategy, diversity and inclusion, and the action plan. I really like the way that it looks, and also because it actually helps me to get buy-in. I was talking around the different types of generations that we have within the organization. And you can imagine that some of those generations might not be used to IT systems. And if it's nice, straightforward, easy, so much easier for them to then buy into it and feel like, okay, now that's quite simple actually.